Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's Micros Market Recap. Let's get right into it. It is Thursday, April 27th, just after the close in New York. Let's start with micro oil. So we opened inside that range near the close from yesterday, had to move down, got the close, pretty much responded off that HVA edge, which is the new contract low, had a response at the top of that HVA edge. Now, remember, these levels are drawn out the evening prior to the next day's trading activity. On the weekends for Monday's preparation, sometimes they're drawn that Friday before, Saturday, at the latest Sunday. But you can see we pretty much just were confined to the contract low. They had that run up. It was short-lived, but they did have some bleed into it eventually throughout the rest of the day. But ultimately, they did close net positive, still in this general area. So it was very consolidated compared to yesterday's large downward move. As far as gold goes, gold opened in balance above the close. That close was down here. Had a response off that HVA edge. News came out, drove it down, drove it back up, drove it down, and then just that momentum carried through on that downward side. There was several opportunities for both long and short throughout the day in gold. You can just see those opportunities highlighted there. Ultimately, we did finish slightly net positive in gold. As far as our equities go, yesterday was a down day. Today was a very large up day. We just had a ton of volatility kick in here. I remember yesterday we had talked about closing negative in the equities. We still have about an hour left. It turns out that NASDAQ ended up rallying shortly after I made that video and closed positive on the day. It's no different today. It looks like they might have some aftermarket rallies going on. We were already well above the close from yesterday. I think we're over 60 points in the ES already. But let's just take a look where we opened up and how everything went through. Whoops, went a little bit too far there. In terms of the ES, we did open below the close. That was around here. It was topside heavy close. Had a little bit of move down. You can see they're just in a fight to really make that move. Eventually, they did get that train and that ball rolling, and they blew through that HVA edge, came back and hit it as support. And you can see that that'll be a common theme today at the levels where they have some apprehension and they don't really use them as resistance as much as they did support. Very common theme, very common in a trending market environment. The resistances don't hold as well as the support. So it's something that you may consider looking for to give you that further confirmation and validation that the buyers are there heavy and present and ready to just keep moving that ball wherever they want. And then that last minute market volatility, I mean, that's a huge spread in the matter of what, a minute, literally a minute, not even. So it goes without saying that we will be finishing net positive in our equities. Similar story in the NASDAQ, except for that one exception where we had stated that, yes, we did close net positive in NASDAQ. With that being said, we did see an initial selling off to get to their close in the NAS. Ultimately, they never got it because they did open gap up. That's the range high. That close was well below this HVA, but there was an initial sell-off, an attempt to get it, but those buyers, they held that onslaught, the first 30-minute onslaught of trying to break down. Ultimately, the sellers just gave up, as you can see, and it was a slower, methodical climb. And again, no exception here in the NASDAQ for that. Those resistances really being blown through. You can see that here. When you did get a little bit more back and forth, we did see some participation, some move, some of the pullbacks for those entries to go short. Generally, it's not recommended to go against the trend, as corny as it may seem. We say this all the time in the room, especially when we're seeing a trend in the market. The trend is your friend, especially in the futures market. The trend is your friend. You're looking to go with that move. The question is, where are you going to look for that move? And that's something that we provide in terms of education, of teaching our students where to look at the market for those potential entries. Not only at those edges, we have a variety of entries that our students can implement. We have the standard reversals and inverses, which are strictly based off of these HVA levels, which is what the winners, losers, and break-even videos are based off of. Around, they don't, when Pat makes those videos, he doesn't count the winners from the trending entries. And a good portion of those trending entries were done today, and yet none of those can be counted as winners. If there are losers, we'll count them all. But with that being said, I invite you to go look at those videos if you haven't seen them before. It'll give you ample opportunity to get familiar with kind of where we're executing. And then if you're interested in finding out more information about the levels, about the methodology, what we do in our rooms each and every day that the markets are open, feel free to reach out to us. We are Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettrading.co. Again, that is targettrading.co. Get in touch with a representative of either location. They'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every day, and you'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. Look forward to having you there.